The Garden of Endless Possibilities, Joy's Quest. Once upon a time, in a realm where the skies were painted with the colors of dawn and the rivers sparkled like diamonds, there was a magnificent garden known as the Garden of Endless Possibilities. It was said that whoever entered this garden and planted a single seed would unlock their true potential and achieve their deepest desires. The garden, however, was hidden behind a maze of challenges, and only the brave and determined could find it. In a nearby village, there lived a young woman named Joy. She had heard tales of the garden and the wonders it could bring. Joy had always been someone who dreamed big, not just for herself, but for the world around her. She wanted to achieve greatness, to sow seeds of positivity, and to be recognized for the impact she made. The stories of the garden called out to her, and she knew that she had to find it. One morning, Joy set out on her journey, her heart filled with determination. She traveled through dense forests, crossed mighty rivers, and climbed steep mountains. Each step tested her strength, but she knew that the path to greatness was not meant to be easy. After many days of travel, Joy arrived at the entrance of the maze that led to the garden. The maze was vast and ever-changing, filled with walls that moved, doors that vanished, and paths that twisted and turned. Joy knew she would need more than just physical strength to navigate this maze. She would need wisdom, patience, and faith in herself. As Joy stepped into the maze, she encountered her first challenge. A thick fog rolled in, obscuring her vision. She could not see the path ahead, and fear began to creep into her heart. But Joy remembered the words of her grandmother. When you cannot see the way, trust your inner light. Taking a deep breath, Joy closed her eyes and listened to the quiet voice within her. With each step, the fog began to lift, revealing the path forward. The next challenge came in the form of a deep chasm that blocked her way. There was no bridge in sight, and the gap seemed impossible to cross. Joy felt a moment of doubt, but she knew that giving up was not an option. She noticed a small seed lying on the ground, and a thought occurred to her. With hope in her heart, she planted the seed at the edge of the chasm. To her amazement, the seed sprouted and grew into a mighty tree, its branches stretching across the gap. Joy climbed the tree and crossed safely to the other side. Finally, Joy reached the center of the maze, where the entrance to the Garden of Endless Possibilities stood. The garden was more beautiful than she had ever imagined. Flowers of every color bloomed in perfect harmony, and the air was filled with the scent of hope and possibility. In the center of the garden was a small plot of soil, waiting for Joy to plant her seed. She took the seed she had carried with her throughout her journey and gently placed it in the earth. As she covered the seed with soil, she felt a surge of energy flow through her. Suddenly, the garden began to transform. The flowers grew taller, the colors became more vibrant, and the air shimmered with golden light. The seed Joy had planted sprouted and grew into a magnificent tree, its branches reaching towards the heavens. On each branch hung the fruits of her labor, symbols of her achievements, her contributions, and the recognition she had earned. As Joy stood beneath the tree, she realized that the journey to the garden had taught her the most important lesson of all, the true power of her core values. The maze had tested her, but it was her determination to achieve, her willingness to contribute, and her belief in being recognized that had guided her to this moment. From that day on, Joy became a legend in her village. The story of her journey to the Garden of Endless Possibilities was told to every child who dreamed of greatness. People came from far and wide to seek her wisdom, and she gladly shared the lessons she had learned. The garden, once hidden, now blossomed in the hearts of all who heard her story. And so, Joy's legacy lived on, a testament to the power of belief, determination, and the endless possibilities that await those who dare to dream. As you read this story, remember that you too have the strength to find your own garden of endless possibilities. Trust in your inner light, plant the seeds of your dreams, and watch as they grow into a life of greatness and fulfillment.